Hi, Lucy. How are you?
I'm good.
You feeling good today?
It's a little early, but yeah.
Okay, all right. So thanks for making time for this interview. And as you well know, we are currently sourcing for someone who will fill the position of HR officer. And the role of this person is basically to provide support to the human resource manager, as well as provide HR services to internal clients. That's the staff of WRU Group. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I'll ask you a few questions, and the questions are mostly situational, and I'll make you describe times where you have faced certain situations and how you handle them. I just want to see how you handle them, and the objective of this is to bring out your competencies and basically just gauge your suitability for the role and for the organization as far as the organizational culture is concerned. Yeah. All right. So tell me about why human resource management. Why did you pick that as a career? Why is it of interest to you?
Basically, my background is a Bachelor of Nursing degree with a postgraduate degree in operative nursing. So I've been working in a management role now for probably about 5 years. And within that role, I've developed a lot of orientation documents, a lot of policy and procedure, and I have a lot of experience with performance management of staff. So when I took this role, I thought that probably very little of my time would be spent in human resources, and I found as time went on, it was actually 98% of my time I spent dealing with human resource issues. So I think that positions me well to be a human resource officer in this position.
Okay. How would you define an ideal HR officer in terms of their personality and character, and how do you compare to that?
An ideal HR officer. I would say that somebody with a firm grasp of the collective bargaining issues in the area, so they would know a lot about labor law. Also somebody that has developed orientation programs and also is well versed in any laws on discrimination and respectful workplace in the country that they'll be working.
Okay. All right. Have you been involved in the recruitment process?
I have.
You have?
I have been involved in developing interview questionnaires and actually interviewing clients for appropriate positions within my organization, and also performance management from within.
What would you consider to be the most important thing to consider during the recruitment process? What makes a recruitment process successful in your opinion and in your experience?
Well, I think you really need to delve into why somebody actually wants the position, what their experience is, whether their beliefs align appropriately with the organization, and that makes a candidate that seems to be happy in the position, and also someone that management is happy with their performance.
All right. How is your reporting like currently? Who do you report to?
Right at the moment, I report to a director, then to a vice president, to a CEO.
All right. So, in your most recent performance appraisal, what do you think are the things they appreciate most about the role you play, and what are your areas of improvement based on your recent appraisal?
One of the areas that I excel in is sort of an interprofessional workplace. So developing and networking with people within the organization at all levels, and performance development. So helping people achieve their goals and doing it in a timely fashion, so that any performance issues are addressed in a timely manner, and people have the opportunity to work with me to correct those issues. Areas of growth would be a little bit more in contract interpretation. interpretation for collective agreements. So working with union.
Okay. So and what are your areas of improvement?
That was my area of improvement. Contract interpretation.
Okay. Great. And what have you been doing about that since you got the paper?
Just reviewing contracts, going over it with the HR manager, going over the multiple contracts, just looking at how to read different aspects of it and how to interpret the aspects so that they align with with how the union and the bargaining group what the actual intent was in that clause in the contract.
Okay. So Tracy, tell me about a time where someone approached you with a complaint about maybe another individual, another co-worker, or maybe issues to do with their compensation, or any other complaint that there could be. How did you handle that, and what was the result of how you handled it?
So conflict resolution is a very large part of the role that I presently occupy. And if somebody approached me with an issue they were having with a coworker, depending on the nature of the issue, I would discuss it with the person who came to report. I would then talk to the person that they were having an issue with. My suggestion to the person that came to report would be that they try to address the issue themselves with their coworker in a respectful fashion. So take them somewhere private, speak about the issue only, not about personalities, and try to address it themselves, which usually leads to a more respectful working relationship. If they can't address it themselves, then I would ask that they work with me to try to address the situation. If it was an outright decision. Pardon me? Pardon me?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Lucy?
Hello?
To start from the top, we'll just continue with the flow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Where was I? What did I ask you, Tracy?
I'm not sure.
I think resolving conflict, how you handle a problem.
Right, that's it. That's where we were.
Yeah.
So, if it was an outright disrespectful conversation that was totally not acceptable, then we would again elevate that higher and actually have the person attend some respectful workplace workshops, as well as they would be on notice. There would be a letter put in their permanent HR file, and they would be put on notice that another type issue occurred, then there was a high probability of termination of employment if they could not work within with the workshops and the information that we provided to work respectfully with others.
Okay. What about a time when you disagreed with what one of your bosses said, or a decision that they took? How did you handle that? How did you approach them? How did you try and negotiate a way of doing things?
I would approach them. Number one, they're probably looking at a larger picture than I am. I'm looking at my smaller area. They're probably looking at their entire scope. So I would take that into consideration when I approach them. I would also talk with them about maybe they did not have all the information or did not completely understand where I was coming from. So I would ask if they'd like more information. Once the information had been provided, if our opinions still differed, then of course I would conform to the my manager's wishes, and that would be the end of it.
Okay. All right.
I would never go quote and say that I disagreed with a decision, or that I felt that the manager or director's decision was not a good one.
All right, thanks, Tracy. Have you been involved in staff training, preparation of staff training, and could you share?
I have, actually. I have a background, pardon me?
Mm-hmm.
I have an
about that.
I have a background in education as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have developed orientation process for multiple different job classifications, including an evaluation component to each and action plans from each. So I do have a lot of experience in orientation development and presentation skills.
Okay. And as far as HR administrative duties go, what has been your involvement? What is your daily routine? What is your daily routine like in terms of HR administration?
My day would look a lot like setting up recruitment. So developing job profiles, job postings that are put out across the country or international if need be. It's also interviewing potential candidates for positions and discussion and hiring of candidates, then developing their orientation, basically a tailored orientation based on their experience, as well as a center-wide orientation that outlines the expectations of the organization. It's also, my day also involves performance management and feedback regarding performance, as well as assisting in conflict resolution among employees.
All right. Have you ever handled an employee who is non-performing? Have you ever?
I have.
One? Yeah. Tell me about that. How did you handle that?
The initial contact with the employee was to review the expectations of the position and to talk about what issues they may be having and what I could do to help them achieve success in their role. And we would develop a plan together on how they can achieve that. Then we would meet on regular occasions to review this plan and with defined criteria at each step of the way. So at each point, they would be expected to meet certain criteria. We would set an end point to the plan and hopefully achieve the goals. But if not, we would discuss along the way that maybe they aren't the best fit for the area that they're working, and also help them to decide where they would be a better fit, hopefully within the organization. If again, after all of our efforts had failed, then the employee would probably be removed from the position. But there would be a lot of work.
Has that happened before?
It has.
Has that happened before? Okay.
Yes, it has.
Were you the one who handled the, should I say, laying off?
In conjunction with the human resource director and also the union representation for that employee.
All right. Okay. I think that's all for now. We'll probably have a subsequent interview, and we'll have a panel at that point. But for now, I think this is it. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Can you tell me a little bit more about the role summary?
All right.
And what my key responsibilities would be within this area?
All right. So the role cuts across the different departments, and your role would be to, well, the position's role would be to support the employees in the different departments in terms of providing HR services. That's handling issues to do with employee benefits, the training and development, other administrative issues, and basically be of support to the human resource manager.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I'll be in touch in about a week with feedback as to whether you're successful or not to move on to the next level of interviews. And
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you.